Hello, neighbors. Welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm Squealer D, and I am back again. This time, we are diving into part 2 of the Amy Maryon Mini Series. If you missed part 1, make sure you check it out in the Amy Maryon Mini Series playlist on this channel. Today, we are going to be going through a few more weeks of the Maryon's life, one day at a time. So together, we can decide if Amy is here to save the world, one piece of good homemaking advice at a time, or if she is a false idol here to sell her horrible food and hypocrisy to unsuspecting viewers.
It's good. It's Jensen's birthday this weekend, and so he opted to stay home, wanted his birthday gift, and wanted to just chill. And hey, he's a teenage boy, that's what he wanted, so it worked out good.
Of course, a 14-year-old boy who doesn't go to school and has no friends wanted to stay home. Where was he supposed to want to go? He's been in Florida almost a year and hasn't done nearly anything, as he doesn't go or do most of the things that the family does.
So for the rest of us, we were like, what do we do? So it was a weekend of watching movies. I sat and had a lot of quiet, which was really good. Trying to do the stay off social media. I know I do social media, but stay off social media and spend a lot of quiet time is a good thing to do. So spending a lot of quiet time.
It must be super exhausting being a hypocrite all the time. How can she actually fix her mouth to tell her audience to stay away from social media while she does it for a living? Just because she acknowledges the hypocrisy does not make it okay, especially when Amy is supposed to be a Christian and monetizes her spirituality. In Matthew 23, Jesus cautions the crowds and his disciples. The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat, so do and observe whatever they tell you, but not the works they do. For they preach, but they do not practice. In Luke 12:1, Jesus again reminds his followers to beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Like leaven, hypocrisy starts small and unnoticed. It doesn't seem to be a big deal. But if it's not quickly checked, it spreads. It deceives the person into thinking that things are right between him and God, when in reality, things are very wrong. But I guess it's on brand for Amy not to understand the seriousness of hypocrisy in God's eyes. She doesn't understand literal leaven either. She thinks yeast is a mystery like peeling eggs. This is all sick and demented, and a big part of the reason her channel has been shrinking, not growing.
I didn't do food, but you know who did food? Maddie did food. I did have food. Let me show you. Maddie made all the food this weekend. So let me show you what she did here.
Imagine filming your child in place of going to work and working to make a paycheck. That is what this lady did. She didn't feel like doing anything for her channel, which she considers her job, so she had Maddie do it. Do you think Maddie got paid or will get paid for being on her channel? Probably not, since she only owns 2 pairs of shorts and can't even get the nail polish she wants once a year as a Secret Santa gift. Red beans and rice out of the can with highly processed kielbasa. Processed box cake mix and a processed jar of frosting. Broccoli pasta with absolutely no nutritional value. Also, Maddie didn't cook food. Maddie slopped together a bunch of processed crap and canned goods just like Amy does daily. Maddie didn't learn anything or cook anything. Amy is trying to make Maddie as useless in the kitchen as she is. We know she would never want Maddie to actually be a good cook. Amy enjoys people being awful like her. It makes her feel good. She said so herself. Don't believe me?
Makes me feel better having other people, maybe gossip and hearing about somebody else doing bad in their life. It makes me feel like maybe I'm not doing too bad.
She's sick in the head to get joy out of others' pain and claim to be a Christian following God. She should just let Maddie do things more often. It's not like she can't do it just as good. It's just opening packages. She's 13 and Amy helicopters over her while she's heating processed slop like they're making roast lamb or something that actually takes cooking skills.
Cheesecake was really good. I didn't show the birthday. I didn't even show birthday, did I? No, I didn't. I was just trying to think what I filmed. He's my off-camera boy, and that's okay.
But it's not okay, because if we wanted to, we could go through and find him numerous times throughout her videos, even after this one. She doesn't care that he doesn't want to be filmed, because it would be too easy to cut him out from any scene that he's in. She's just too lazy to edit him out. Or maybe she doesn't know how, since she still uses the camera's stop and start buttons as her video transitions.
So the cupcakes were delicious. She did a good job on the cupcakes, and then the diet cheesecake tasted like cheesecake. So it was just a good chill weekend. That was like our weekend. We watched the Nutcracker Ballet last night, and it was just very chill.
Wait, she said they watched the Nutcracker Ballet last week when they took their ham dinner to go.
We're going to go out tonight. We're going to go to the ballet. We're going to go see the Nutcracker Ballet, so that should be something fun to do.
So is she saying that they went to see the Nutcracker on Monday, December 11th and on Sunday, December 18th? I think she's just a liar. The Gossip Bakery always comments on how she doesn't take her kids anywhere but the beach because it's free. So she looks for other things that she can say she takes them to, but doesn't really ever take them. A few weeks back, she did the same thing with the parish fair and said that they were going. And then on the last day of the fair, she said that the weather was too bad. Why does she record her lies? God must love her being online, sharing her lies and hypocrisy like this every day.
And then we did get another piece of furniture. I always like to film our putting together furniture because, it's just a labor of love when we do it together. So Greg and I were putting this thing together the one night. It was a big, heavy piece, definitely heavier duty. It's from the same company that I got my coffee stand from. So it's like a good quality wood, just nicer.
Imagine working as hard as Amy claims she does just so you could have cheap particle board furniture on every wall in every room of a $659,000 house, and have bologna and eggs for nearly every meal. Seems like to me she could stop filming and editing her daily life and have more time to actually feed her children healthy, nutritious meals and go to the gym regularly. It isn't like she's actually teaching her viewers anything worthwhile other than what not to do to yourself and your family at 50.
And for now, I'm thinking just leave it here. Everybody can put their stuff on it when they walk in the door, so it's basically going to be a catch-all table. I'm like,
this is not what a healthy human looks like. But when I make any comments about it, I'm called mean or a body shamer. I am not shaming anyone for the way they look. I am saying that these two are wrong for pretending that the way they eat and feed their children is the normal American homemaker life, and that it's a viable way for other Americans to live. She is promoting obesity, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and a lot of other things, and pretends that she's teaching young mamas how to homemake. What happens when all the future homemakers feed their husbands and kids like Amy Maryon? I'll tell you what. The incidence of these diseases go up, the life expectancy goes down, and America loses out. Amy is a false idol selling lies and misinformation to the masses, and no one says anything because they don't want to get attacked and called mean for saying things that some people don't like to hear. Why are people so sensitive about their health and weight, but then do the bare minimum of what is needed when it comes to maintaining either one? What is visceral fat? Visceral fat is a type of body fat that lies deep within your abdominal walls and surrounds your organs. Some levels of visceral fat are healthy and help protect your organs. However, too much visceral fat can be dangerous for your health. Visceral fat is sometimes called active fat because it plays an active role in how your body functions. Too much visceral fat can lead to serious health issues such as diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. What are the symptoms of visceral fat? A growing belly is the most obvious sign of visceral fat, but that can indicate subcutaneous fat as well. Some studies show if you have a pot belly or are more apple-shaped than pear-shaped, you may have more visceral fat. What foods cause visceral fats? You should try to limit trans fats, refined sugars, sodium, and processed foods. Trans fats are artificial fats that can increase your storage of visceral fat. Baked goods, processed foods, fried foods, and some dairy contain trans fats. You should also limit soda, candy, and other foods sweetened with partially hydrogenated oils or high fructose corn syrup. Amy Maryon buys high fructose corn syrup and uses it in her caramel, candy apples, and other treats. Imagine wasting money on something like that when you're trying to be frugal. How do you lose visceral fat? The best way to lose visceral fat is by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. You can lower your visceral fat level by focusing on the same diet and exercise plans you would to help you lose weight and lower your total body fat. The ways to reduce visceral fat include exercising, eating a healthy diet, intermittent fasting, getting more sleep, reducing stress, and limiting alcohol. This information is all available at the Cleveland Clinic website if you're interested in reading more about this topic.
So what I got out for dinner for this week, Greg wanted to have, Brooklyn and him went for her birthday to Ford's Garage, and they had macaroni and cheese with ribs in it, like rib meat. So he's asked for that. So I was going to make that later this week. I might do it today. We'll see. I'll see how much time I have.
Super odd that in a large family, Dad and his teenage daughter go out to eat alone and the rest of the family gets Amy's slop. Something doesn't make sense. Also, Greg can't be serious asking Amy to recreate something he enjoyed in a restaurant. He must have been trolling her. She doesn't even know what ribs are exactly. She calls all pork with bones ribs, just like she thought drumettes were small drumsticks and not part of the chicken wing.
I don't know yet. That's going to be for him. Not everybody will eat that, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I have to leave here in a little bit and then come back and it'll be like getting life done. So this is just our honey sesame chicken. I know this will be delicious. And then I will cook this up here in the slow cooker. I'm going to put it on low. Just put the lid on it. That's the beauty of having freezing. For lunch, I've been requested to have chicken noodle soup, so I'm going to make a pot of that. I went and pulled out some chicken here. I pulled some out of the freezer over there thinking it was shredded chicken, but it was the fajita chicken meat. So label your food, Amy, but no big deal.
Do you write on the bags? I would forget what's in it. No, Sandy. Amy never writes the date or contents on anything because she doesn't care what's in the bag because she's going to feed that to her family no matter what. Amy, please take the extra time to mark the bags, containers you put in the freezer. Yeah, right, Christine. Next, you'll want her to brine some chicken the day before or cook some bread to actual completion. Date and mark your bag, also contents. She would mark her bags, Joe, but her rotten little kids took all of her markers and she doesn't have any way to put that sort of safety precautions into place in her chaotic big family mega mama home. It's kind of like her unschooling. She's unhomemaking. This is the amount of chicken she uses in a pot of chicken noodle soup for 8 people. How many times do you think this particular lump of chicken has been cooked, frozen, and thawed? She could try strength training to strengthen her core and lose weight so it isn't so much on her sciatica, but she would rather just lean on everything and give her a few seconds of pain relief. She won't be relieved when she breaks that cheap plastic door on that $2,000 fridge, will she?
Not bad. I was just hoping more white, and I can always paint it, but it's a lot of painting on the front part of it. So we're gonna I'll put it here for now until we get our other pieces, and then we can move it upstairs in the office. Probably about that time I'll be ready for something new up there. So
So, another piece of cheap furniture that Amy didn't even know what color it was before she ordered it. She never tells her subscribers that she gets these pieces of furniture for free from her sponsors. So, people are just left to believe this lady spends $500 plus on a sideboard and doesn't have any idea where it will go or if she'll even like it. I guess that's what normal homemakers do all the time, right? Her house would look so much better if she just went to some thrift stores and got some cute quality pieces that were mismatched for cheap, rather than get 25 different pieces of crap from sponsors that make your house look cheap, cluttered, and undecorated. I guess it goes along with the unschooling and the unhomemaking, right?
Mac and cheese in the back. So I think this is going to work for us.
A cupboard filled with ramen, mac and cheese, and pasta. Yeah, it's gonna work for a week. Make sure you keep it filled or someone might starve. Not like they get real meat or anything. Plus, she had to make sure she went through the cupboard to ensure no one finds her hidden snacks. She can't cook without bouillon flavoring, can she?
I got this at the discount store. It's like tiny bow tie. So I'm going to add some of this for this. I drank 2 whole waters today. I'm trying to focus on 4 a day. It's stretching. I can sometimes do 2, sometimes 3, but 4, I'm like, ugh, but I'm going to do it. So I already drank 2, and then I grabbed some coffee here, my cold coffee, and then I'm going to take, next thing I just said to her, I said, you want to go for a walk? So we're going to do a quick walk around our neighborhood just to get out, stretch a little bit.
The truth is she isn't drinking any, and that's why she looks the way she does. But saying she does to her subscribers makes her feel better about her lack of hydration. Just like it makes her feel better to say she walks that poor dog more than once a month. The dog doesn't even respond to the word walk. She doesn't go on walks.
Girls are actually going out tonight for a girls' night out with their sisters. So they're going to be gone tonight, and the boys, they're happy just chilling. They're very much happy. Johnson's happy with his new gift, and Steven is very happy to relax and not do anything. So I'm like, okay.
So all 4 of the girls go out every single Saturday. They go shopping, get slushies, hang out, and have girl time. And they never take their brothers. This tells me 2 things. 1, they don't like each other. And 2, they are horrible siblings. The boys don't have an older brother with a car and a full-time job to take them out to do fun brotherly stuff on the weekends. Jaden can't take her brothers out. I get having girl time sometimes, but they do this every weekend. Amy breeds and encourages this separation of the sexes. Imagine how that makes a 14-year-old boy feel. I think if Maddie can go, Steven and Jensen should get a go too.
No, when I went shopping this month, I bought stuff to make poppy seed dressing, which I don't even need to because I still have stuff in here.
Amy buys things she doesn't need all the time, but says that she shops and cooks frugally. How is it frugal to buy things you don't need? It's not.
I had some of the salad earlier because I didn't have any lunch.
Parboiled rice, veggies, salad, and a chicken tender's worth of almond sesame chicken. Wonder what her kids' plates look like. Same as this, but replace all of this food with ramen, mac and cheese, and bologna.
Had a good morning this morning, got to walk a little bit, have some quiet time, all those good things for a good day to do. Sometimes it's good to do that when you know you're going to have a busier week or, just a time where life gets a little more overwhelming. It's good to take those quiet moments and just give yourself that grace to take those moments. So I did that this morning. So now I'm ready. I'm back inside and I'm like, time to start my day.
She's always talking about giving herself grace and doing things the fast, easy, quick way. Does she ever take time and do things right? I understand giving yourself permission to do less or take a break. But when your life is one big break, are you giving yourself grace or are you just being lazy?
So I did my hair last night. Totally dyed my hair last night. Last time you guys told me to put Vaseline around so it wouldn't leave the line. Okay, I don't have any Vaseline. And every time I go to the store, I think I saw it at the discount store. It was like $5. I'm like, $5 for something I'm barely going to use? I know the dollar store will have it. I just did not go. So what did I use? I used antibiotic cream. Probably not the best thing. I don't know. Probably don't recommend, but I just put it right there. It wiped right off. It didn't have any black on my face. So I'm like, probably not the best, but that was the option I had.
That was the option she had because she doesn't have any money or a car or a store near her to shop at. Her only option was antibiotic cream which is $5 an ounce for the Walmart brand. The Walmart brand petroleum jelly is only $2.36 for 13 ounces. That makes Maryon sense. She's only been to the store at least 6 times in the last 4 weeks. It isn't like she could have grabbed something or even waited until tomorrow when she goes to the store for eggs, milk, and bread. Now, when she actually needs antibiotic cream, she won't have it and she'll have to buy more, wasting money and pretending to be frugal instead of actually using her brain and many resources.
So the ribs, I'm going to put them in the slow cooker. I like the way that they go slow. They're good in the smoker too, but this will be good in here. So these ones I got from Sam's Club. Remember they were on sale or discounted price or something? So that's a lot of ribs right there. Oh, good. It'll be good because it'll be a couple days worth of ribs. I'm going to put some kraut on top. And then I'm going to save some for myself because I like sauerkraut, but I don't like it with the rib meat. So I'm going to put some in a little thing here. He won't have tons, but I like it. And then on top, he puts brown sugar. The ribs already have like a good rib rub on there, so this just put it right on top. Basically, it makes it all candied. It tastes almost like pineapple. So that's it. Let this cook for the day right here.
Why doesn't she ever cook pork outside on the smoker where it would taste much better? What she is cooking is pork shoulder with the bone in, not ribs. And if super fatty pork with nearly 500 calories for a 6-ounce serving isn't bad enough, she dumps in salty sauerkraut and nearly a pound of brown sugar, plus whatever that good rib rub was that she put on it before freezing. That's actually wild. She makes Greg a plate with like 4 servings of this salty, slow cooker grease pork on it.
Taking that time to give myself a break and some grace, it's good to do those things. It really is good to do those things. I think it helps when you know it's different this year. Christmas is going to be a little bit different and just being away from everybody and new place, learn all the kinds of new things. It's like it's just going to be a little bit different.
It's super crazy that she has 4 adult children, 5 if you include Devin, and a parent that's still alive, and none of them are visiting her or their siblings or grandchildren for Christmas. I get that they might not like Amy, but they're all adults and they're choosing not to visit their siblings and grandchildren as well. But Amy raised good Christians with strong values. No, she raised dishonest children who make fake profiles online and have little to no education, who work dead-end jobs for low pay, and neither she nor the children can afford a $500 plus plane ticket or have the ability to take the time off of their low-wage jobs. Your children not seeing you as an adult for a holiday that you celebrate is a clear indication of failures on your part as a parent, whether you like it or not.
So I'm just taking some extra quiet time. I've been taking walks the last few days and just getting out a little bit and, having quiet.
I don't believe Amy when she says she walks through her neighborhood often. That would mean interacting with others, which Amy hates in real life. That's why she sits in her car and edits videos instead of going in with her children and the other moms like Jamie for homeschool skate night. And that's why she hates the fact that she left the seclusion of the mountain. She never would have had to worry about meeting viewers before. Now it's like they're almost looking for her.
Quiet is a good thing. I do social media, and I'm guilty of watching and flipping through social media all the time, and so I've been trying to not be on there. I'm like just giving myself just quiet your mind.
Once again, Amy is saying that social media isn't good for you and you need to step away from it to quiet your mind and get peace. But make sure you log in and watch her 6 days a week on 2 different YouTube channels. Once again, hypocrisy at its finest. She deserves a quiet mind, but if you want her encouragement and daily preaching, you have to accept a chaotic social media muddled mind. What a horrible hypocrite.
But here is doing dishes. Always dishes. Fill up, and then I'm just trying to kind of wash as I go, and then the kids all pitch in and we do our chores, all at one time, and then it gets done. It's like it really isn't. We're not behind anything.
Amy acts like the kids help clean because her followers are always asking why they do absolutely nothing. Why would her kids do anything that she could turn into content? She would probably get mad if they went in and cleaned the kitchen and she wanted to make a video of it the next day. If the kitchen is her business, it should also be her responsibility to clean. If your mother is a cook at a fancy restaurant, are you expected to go help her clean it up at the end of her shift? Nah. And if you did, they would have to pay you. Amy doesn't pay her kids. She doesn't even give them tasty food in return. More pita heart attack pizzas. Yay! Imagine destroying your future health over these little abominations cooked to smithereens in a broken oven Amy doesn't even know how to use.
Hamburger cookies. I promise you, kids' favorite. They just absolutely love those.
Yeah, they love cookies. We get it. You make them all the time.
Up and did a walk in the neighborhood early, and it's just good. It's just a good chill time. So we're just kind of hanging low. This movie is just relaxing. It's like it's a relaxing day, even though I'm doing food, and it just feels like a good chill day.
Amy's life is a chill day. She is oblivious to real adult life. She acts like she has a job or that her schedule is not 100% up to her. Amy doesn't answer to anyone, yet she has so little freedom. She resents her children and Greg on a cellular level. They are the reason in her mind that she is no longer a parking lot pimping, cheerleading, popular girl like she was in high school before she had Ashlyn.
It's like I did have to run and get Brooklyn and stuff, but it wasn't like crazy running and I had to do a bunch of stuff.
Amy does everything backwards. Instead of getting Brooklyn a car, since she's already responsible enough to be a high school graduate, work full-time, and be engaged, Amy runs herself ragged, chauffeuring her around. If Brooklyn is responsible enough to graduate Amy's unschooling at 16 and fly across the country for funsies with her fiance multiple times a year, why can't Amy just get her a car and let Brooklyn pay her back over time?
So I thought I had to open up the big giant jug. And then here's the mac and cheese I got for Jensen, all the dairy-free ones. So I really had 2 pans, and I just did one that's good for him and one that's good for everybody else. So I used that as a cheese powder. He can do that. It's something we bought at Sam's Club last year, and he can do well with it. Doesn't mess up his tummy. So, I call it the liquid cheese, and then some of the diet cheese that's worked really good. And then I have this. It's like, I think it's Chow is the name. It's like melty cheese. It melts really good. It's almost like American. So I just put that on top, and then you'll see it at the end when I'm all done, it like melted really good. So then I had used the milk that was up in the house, and I was like in the kitchen, and I was like, oh, do I have more? But I went out to the garage and did find another one. So you just want to be able to see your noodles through it, because that's going to absorb in there.
Both of those mac and cheeses have so much sodium and fat that it's amazing. No one should eat mac and cheese made like this once, let alone about once a week, with tons of leftovers so it lasts for days and days.
There's the buffalo chicken meatballs. So I did pour some of this on top. I realized after I put it in the oven, it didn't really stay in there, so it might be good to add it after.
She made 16 buffalo chicken balls for dinner for 7 people. They each get 2 balls and some of that mac and cheese. Yep, sounds like a Maryon dinner. So many cookies all the time. It's like a non-stop cookie conveyor belt at Amy's house. But none of her cookies look good. Even these are flat and light as heck.
Okay, so dinner is done. It's all delicious. I'm going to make a plate, show you what it looks like.
Yep, looks like a plate that Gregor would horf down, but doesn't look anything like the pulled pork mac and cheese from Ford's garage that he asked for.
So the meatballs are really good. Put a little bit extra buffalo sauce and then just a little ranch dipping, and I just have sauerkraut and the pasta. I'll probably get a little bit of mac and cheese too, because that looks really good. I think it's really cheesy. And then Greg's, I just put the ribs on there, the mac and cheese. That's it. Then we're gonna go eat.
So she had 5 out of the 16 buffalo chicken meatballs. That means that there were only 11 left for the 6 kids. They can't even have 2 balls each. Even if Jaden and Brooklyn don't eat, they'll have less than 3 meatballs each with mac and cheese. Nope. Once again, Amy made her and Greg food, and her kids will eat mac and cheese or ramen. She didn't even make enough for them if they wanted to eat the meatballs. And she already told us that only Gregor will eat those soggy sodium pork shoulders.
Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My day is going well. It's a chill day, another chill day. I'm like, wow, I got to walk each day this week and just kind of have a lot of quiet time. And I'm going to take Brooklyn to work, drop her off, and then I'm going to run to the store. So we have to just get a few things for Christmas, like stuff that was going to go bad. And I'm out of bread and I'm out of milk, or I will be over the next weekend. So I thought a few things to pick up. I got to pick up dog food for Maxine.
She just went and spent over $600 7 days ago at the grocery store.
Broccoli for $1.59 per pound. Guess we'll try those. And then we're completely out of bread. Remember, bread used to be $1.75 now. It's like the Sara Lee at Sam's is just as cheap. So I'll just get 2 of those because we do eat that. Okay, now I need 2 of these. I'm assuming cannelli beans are over here. Cannelli, bonzo. I'm getting 3 of these.
Cannelli beans. I think she means cannellini beans. She's just a teacher and an author. How do you expect her to even know what she's talking about? She just has a cookbook.
If it's good, I'll come back and make more. White kidney beans. All right, need a can of cream corn. 2 regular corn. $2.50. You know what? I might get some. Maybe we can make little pies. For $2.50, I'll do that. I looked at them last time in one of those. Oh, Maddie wanted one of these. Do I get one? She wanted one, and I was like, I don't want to spend $20 on a Christmas waffle maker, but do I spend $8 on a Christmas waffle maker? She'll love that.
It's wild to not spend $20 on a Christmas gift for your child if they'll love it and you have it. But it's even more wild to hee-haw about the same gift for $8. Amy is losing her grip on reality. As you can see, Amy's followers have given her tons of advice on her filming during shopping. They've told her how her filming makes them feel dizzy and nauseous, but she doesn't care. As long as she has something to post, she doesn't care about its quality at all.
I do need to get some milk. I'm going to get 2 so we don't run out. Get a gallon of milk here.
So much
I'm
milk.
going to get a package of eggs. I think we have like a dozen, just so I don't have to go shopping right away after Christmas. Lunch leftovers to have, so I'm going to make dinner and get that set and keep moving with my day today. I'm home. I'm going to go in. I'm not going to do a grocery haul because you saw everything I bought at the store. There was nothing new in there. It was all the same things. I'm going to just put it away and then I'll start on my dinner because everybody's in there just chilling and relaxing, enjoying our little quiet week. So let me go in.
Nothing new because nothing she does is new or different. She buys the same processed foods over and over again, and it is ridiculous because none of it is healthy or even frugal. The way Amy shops and cooks is wasteful and nasty. The worst things for shopping and cooking to be.
Kathy has been, you have been an encouragement. I think almost every video you watch, you comment on, and thank you, so sweet, for your kind words, and thank you for the gift. That was very, very sweet. She sent a monetary gift for our family for Christmas, so thank you so much. Very sweet.
Kathy sent her a monetary gift for Christmas for her family. That isn't very sweet. It's very stupid. This lady gets paid for views by Google AdSense. She gets paid by her sponsors when she hawks their products. And Kathy is sending her money? Why? Why would Amy accept them knowing that times are tough for everyone? She shouldn't be encouraging her viewers, most of which are elderly women, to send her money or free stuff. What do they get in return? A mention on her lousy, failing channel? Shame on her.
I just start on dinner because I only have about an hour and I gotta run out the door. So tonight's gonna be ramen. Probably I call it Ikebad, Ichibad, I'm not sure. Whatever one we got, they really like that. So we can make that later when everybody's home.
It's called Ichiban ramen. Of course, she doesn't know how to say it. It's someone else's culture. And we know how Amy and Greg feel about other cultures. And why does a woman who is a full-time homemaker only have 1 hour out of an entire 24-hour day to commit to cooking for her family? She has more time, but it's not for her family. And it's definitely not for making healthy food.
I'm gonna make egg roll in a bowl because I've got wontons and I've got a whole thing of sausage. So I'm gonna cook all the sausage, put half of it away in the freezer to make like sub pizzas later on, maybe next week or the following week, and then half of it we'll use for the egg roll in the bowl. You can also use ground beef. It does fine either way.
Breakfast sausage in an egg roll sounds absolutely repulsive. Asian flavors with Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage? Yuck. Soy sauce and sesame on salty sausage.
For the wontons, you can use wonton or egg roll wrappers. They're exactly the same. Just cut them. I'll do them a little bit thicker because it's nice to scoop the ingredients out. So I'll probably just cut them in half, put them on here, and bake them in the oven at 350 for about, it's like 5 to 7 minutes.
Wontons and egg roll wrappers are not the same thing. Same dough, but egg roll wrappers are thicker and designed to hold more filling in the deep fryer. Not to mention, they're completely different sizes. If you listen to Amy, you're going to have an inferior end product or flat out waste your money. Good food is all in the details.
Last time I put my cabbage in here, let it grind up. I'm gonna do that again. I've got a little bit left here for the wonton if it ever, when it's finishing up here, and then I'm gonna put some carrots in here, and then I'm just gonna add it to this. This is almost done. And I'm literally gonna add, I think I've got garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and sesame seed oil. That's it. It's very simple. I don't cook it very much. I used to cook it a lot and just got more, what's the word, slimier? Cooked more, but I like it less, I've learned. This is done. This is what it looks like. It's delicious. Just scoop some out. We like sweet chili sauce with this. It's very, very good. I also do like it better with sausage or with ground beef. Myself, personally, I'm not a huge pork person, but I don't mind the sausage. I really don't. But I do like it with beef better. But it's like I don't really notice too much of a difference, but it's good. So I'm just waiting on this cooking in the oven. I'll put some more and that's it. We're going to do the ramen tonight with it.
Simple, easy dinner. By the way, it's wonton, not wong-tong. How would Amy know that, though? It only says it right on the package. Not like she can read well, right? Also, breakfast sausage in an egg roll sounds insane. But of course, Amy can't taste the difference between pork and ground beef.
Yesterday, I had to take Brooklyn to an appointment. I had to go to St. Petersburg. So it was a little bit of a drive. And we did our appointment. Everything's fine. It's funny. You go your whole kid's life. They see one doctor here and they're like, oh, they have such and such a problem. And so we're like, what? I'm like, she's been going to doctors her whole life and no one said anything about it. Went to the specialist. It was fine. So everything's all good. Ends well. All good things.
Everything's all good. Ends well. All good things. What does that even mean? I'm guessing she was trying to say all's well that ends well, but you know, she's Amy. She's a real creep talking about Brooklyn's private medical information with her fake sing-song telemarketer voice. She thinks she's so smart, but she still painted a picture of Brooklyn being sick or defective. I'm sure Brooklyn's boyfriend Jethro is interested in what's wrong with his fiance.
The city is very big and huge, so we kind of drove around up and down the streets and got to see a bunch of stuff. We stopped at the shoreline, the beach, and we did find that we haven't seen are these. A horseshoe crab. Didn't kill it. It was already dead. There was like a whole bunch of them.
Waving around a dead animal. Amy reminds me of Lydia from Beetlejuice. She's like a grown-up goth kid.
The water is very much receded, like low tide, I guess you'd call it. But it seems like a lot of the beaches I've been watching, there's one we watched for our Shark Tooth, and they said the beaches are just really bad right now due to, who knows, cold weather, rain, I don't know. So a lot of the water is just kind of washed out.
The water isn't kind of washed out due to rain or cold weather, neighbors. The water is further out because it is low tide. The moon and Earth exert a gravitational pull on each other. On Earth, the moon's gravitational pull causes the oceans to bulge out on both sides, closest to the moon and the side furthest from the moon. These bulges create high tides. The low points are where the low tide occurs. You would think a 48-year-old teacher, author who went to college supposedly would understand high and low tide. It's crazy that Brooklyn graduated high school not knowing what causes the ocean's tides. We know this for a fact because Amy, her only teacher, doesn't even know what they are. Amy teaching her children is pure child abuse.
Anyway, so this one was, we walked up, they were all sitting on the pier, and I was like, ooh, are those alive? And so it was funny.
Yeah, I bet it was hilarious. We just had to be there, right? Perhaps you should have recorded it. You know, since you're a daily vlogger who vlogs your private life, you would think sometimes she would include the funny stuff. All you get on her channel is the boring and disgusting.
The days just get busy and there's a lot going on, and it's just good to just chill and relax. I've been doing a lot of that this week, just having a lot of quiet time. And we went for a walk. It was nice, and then came back, and we didn't do a whole lot. It was a very just chill day. We put out a freezer meal, so I did chicken pot pie in the oven. We had that, and then we watched a movie. Miss Barbara, she's so sweet. She sent us a huge bag of Mexican candy. We had a ton of Mexican candy to try. Miss Barbara sent these chocolate spoons and peppermint ones for our hot cocoa. Sweet, the kids enjoy, they always enjoy their fun little treats like that she sends. And so that was our night yesterday, and then we swam in the pool. The pool was finally warm, so it was good. I swam earlier and then came back out and swam at night. So it's been good. It's like just a chill day. And so I didn't film at all.
So another chill day. No one did anything, but they ate lots of candy that they got free from Miss Barb, watched a movie, and went swimming twice in the same day. Sounds like Amy's unschooling revolves around bad food, movies, and that dirty pool. Maybe she should have the kids learn to take care of the pool so that at least they get some type of skill. They can work as pool people in the near future. I'm sure there's lots of need for it in their new location.
So in my head, I'm like, I'll just film Friday. Saturday, it's the weekend for Christmas for us, so I will film every day doing something. That's what you're going to get today. So today's video, I'm going to make some food. What I'm going to do is make the Chick-fil-A tortilla soup and a Chick-fil-A Southwestern wrap, which is Saturday. I will film as your Friday, and I will make some food prep, like appetizers and stuff for our Christmas. So I'm like, that will be good. And then I'll film a little bit of our Christmas on Sunday, so all those things, because everything gets thrown into one. You don't care what date it is, do you? No. But I'm explaining it to you, so when someone says, that's not what happened on the day, yeah, this is how the day rolls. So this is my day today, and then what else do we have to do today? And I'm looking, I gotta run Brooklyn to her work.
So now she's explaining to us why she doesn't film during the weekdays, but will film on the weekend and just throw clips together so you'll get something. Imagine calling that daily vlogging, but call the Moss Family TV just filming little clips. Also, imagine sharing every single time you do a task, like run your kid to work, just so that you can appear to be busy.
Let's get some food rolling. We have enough breakfast food. We're actually low in the drawer, which is really good. We're running low on, I had a bag of breakfast burritos. I think there's only one more left. And I think is there anything else in there? There might be some breakfast bombs. I'll have to look and see. And then these things, these were it's like a biscuit with egg. Remember I cracked and scrambled in there in the muffin pan kind of. So I thought I put those in the refrigerator, and then I pulled out some muffins. All right, so muffins are not something my kids love. Some will eat, but not like crazy.
She made all of those frozen breakfasts on November 28th, so almost a month ago, and she still has 3+ bags of burritos, bombs, and breakfast sandwiches, plus those crusty muffins. Sounds like her kids didn't love any of it. I told you, her kids don't like muffins. She knows that too, but she doesn't care. If it's cheap, she will make it and give it to them. It doesn't matter how it turns out or if her kids even like it.
The person that wrote this recipe, they mentioned not having, what they do is they puree 2 cans of cannelli beans, and so instead of adding a thickener agent to it, I'm like, that's really smart, because then this can be dairy-free dairy-free or lactose-free for my kids. So I'm going to take and get my blender out, and then I'm going to be pureeing 2 cans of cannelli beans. That's going to make the thickness of it.
She still can't figure out how to say cannellini beans, but I'm sure she'll be able to make a Chick-fil-A dupe soup and wrap that are better than Chick-fil-A.
So you puree them in your blender. That's easy. And then the spices that you add is going to be cumin, oregano, and salt. So I'm going to add that to my onion here. Measure it out. There's an Amish restaurant here, and they're like, everybody loves it, and it's so good. And I said, well, I think why everybody loves it is because they cook with good flavor, good seasoning. You know what I mean? Most people eat very plain taste. Not most, I don't want to say most, 'cause I'm not putting everybody in a box, but most don't eat with a lot of like flavor to their food for some reason. And I know that because I've eaten other people's houses. And I'm like, okay, it's just adding that extra yum to it. Even when we go out to eat sometimes, I'm like, okay, that could have been seasoned a little bit more or better, but you know, so I think I like that when people cook with good flavor.
Amy's obsession with all things Amish is super weird. She is the antithesis of what the Amish represent: plainness and austerity. Only 75 people have converted to Amish since 1950, and Amy is the literal last person on earth that could function without electricity. It's just more of Amy's deception. She uses the Amish as a way of aligning herself with simplicity, frugality, and religion. She is a culture vulture. She objectifies and distills an entire people and religion down to how they season their food.
So then I'm going to add one more can of cannoli beans, and then cream stout corn and regular corn. Remember cream corn? And you add 2 cans of Rotel. I have one, and then I have just diced tomatoes, and I think it's just green chili. Isn't that what Rotel is? And it says black beans, but I feel like I need to drain the black bean chicken. Here's my chicken. So let's just add all this in and see what it looks like. So I'm a flavor tasting person. So this, they added 2 teaspoons of cumin, oregano, and salt. This is good. It just needs a little bit more flavor. Like it needs more flavor. So go for your standard chicken bouillon. Let's add 2 tablespoons to that. And then I'm thinking it needs like a little bit more kick cayenne pepper. Let's do like, let's see, 1 teaspoon. Just learning to taste your food to see how it goes. Like this, I'm like, okay, it's good. I'm like, does it remind me of Chick-fil-A? I'm like, it needs a little bit more flavor to it. Delicious. And then I added lime to it. So this is going to be delicious for lunch, and then you know what? I'll be able to freeze some. But this is going to be a great little lunch day. So Copycat Chick-fil-A tortilla soup, dairy-free. Can't beat that.
This lady got a Copycat recipe online, made it, said it wasn't enough flavor, and added her chicken bouillon, cayenne pepper, and lime, and then pretends that it's delicious. Yeah, I bet it's great.
Just kind of plain, good with an avocado dressing, but their Southwestern wrap I was excited for. Well, then I was eating it, I'm like, they should have added like way more flavor to it. To me, it was very plain. If you add dressing to it, you know, it helps, but I'm like, it was just a lot of, I felt like a lot of not, like intense flavor. I feel like it should have been spicier or something a little bit more added to it. So this is going to be my take on the Southwestern wrap. I'm going to do my best to make some.
So she didn't think the Chick-fil-A Southwest wrap was flavorful enough, but she wants to make it? Why?
I'm going to use that, and I've got my grilled fajita meat chicken. So good. I am definitely going to make more of this in January, because this is probably my favorite. Reheat it. It's just like buying it in the bag, which you're spending a lot of money for.
Yeah, delicious fajita meat that has been cooked, frozen, and thawed, and now will be cooked and frozen again when they don't get eaten. The chicken she used in the soup had been cooked and frozen already also.
Okay, that right there is delicious. I'm laughing because I'm like, I should have just put the peppers and stuff in there, but I didn't. I wasn't even thinking. I didn't know I was going to do this.
What does she mean she didn't know she was going to do this? She told us she was making this. She didn't have a plan made on how she was going to make it. Guess that makes sense why she never knows what she's doing.
So now let's create the Chick-fil-A Southwestern wrap the way it should be. Those will get eaten up. If they don't, because then the next day is Christmas, I can always freeze them.
The nerve of this terrible cook to think that she can make a sandwich better than a sandwich company. Those wraps flat out suck. Why did she heat the chicken up till it was rubbery and steaming just to make the wraps and throw them in the refrigerator? Is she going to heat the wraps up again with the lettuce and the triple cooked chicken? Gross.
So I usually always either cut the ham.
This lady put 6 pieces of Members Mark sliced ham, which is 3 servings, and 6 pieces of cheese on 16 rolls. The meat to bread ratio is so ridiculous that she would have been better off just allowing the kids to eat the rolls heated up with the dinner. This is not how you make sliders. This is how you waste your money and make salt-filled, nearly meatless sliders. Also, they're nearly the same as White Castle sliders in regards to calories, sodium, and fat. They could have had something that tastes good. Poor kids, doomed to unhealthy, untasty food as long as they live with Amy.
And cut it so it fits perfectly on there. I don't think I've ever just made it over top of the whole thing. So I know that's going to create a problem when you serve it. So since it's small, it's only 16, I will just make sure to cut straight down with like my little server spatula. And that's okay. You could have done, if I had more ham and I was just making these, I would definitely do like, fold it up so it's one piece of ham on each one and break the cheese up on it. But we're doing a little bit different because I got to use some for pour by sub. So this will be good. One will go in the freezer for New Year's, and the other one will go in the refrigerator because Christmas is in a couple days.
Yay, so they get to have these plain heart attack bombs twice back to back. It's good, it's great, it's delicious. You just do what you can do. And of course she didn't buy enough ham for these and the poor boys because she's just a big family mega mama vlogger. How could she possibly plan enough ingredients for her holiday videos? It wouldn't be Amy Maryon if she cooked all the food correctly. So 2 things of cream cheese and a stick of butter, mustard, and garlic. Yum. Amy can't be arsed to unfold the lunch meat, to drape and arrange it neatly. That's what makes a sandwich good. The kids can throw balled up hunks of meat on some bread. What a waste of time. The sandwiches look dry and they have 0 veggies. And boy, do the kids and Greg eat a lot of them.
Put the provolone cheese on it. It's good, and then just fold up. So the key was using up, gathering fragments. That's the key, using things up so nothing goes to waste.
Fragments? So nothing goes to waste? She's went shopping 3 times in the last 12 days and spent over $600. Why does she call things like this fragments? They are ingredients that she specifically bought for this specific meal for the holidays. She just says whatever fits her narrative of being a frugal mega mama. She is a fake, just like when she preaches her Bible talk. It's all hypocrisy in the Maryon household.
Put the cheese on it, we'll close them, and then I'll wrap them in foil, and I'll put them in the refrigerator, and then when we go to serve them tonight, like right before dinner, put them in the oven at 350. They're so good, so good. I'll probably do 2 tonight, and then if I need to tomorrow, I'll bake some more.
The amount of fat Amy feeds her family in one meal is spectacularly disgusting. If her family finishes 2 of these sandwiches in one meal, they will each eat over 650 calories, over 1,230 milligrams of sodium, but most shockingly, they will ingest over 38 grams of fat each, and she made enough to have this twice.
So basically, that's going to be all the pasta we use right there. And it's basically, this is going to be the extra cover. So this will be if I have like a more flour that doesn't fit in the container. Or
cupboard time again. Yay! She can barely fit in this one anymore. Wow.
Okay, so we've been busy doing our thing for the day. So the girls had some, we're doing the tortillas. So the red and green here, this is really good. And the wraps, let me show you the wraps. There they are. So Chick-fil-A's just had darker lettuce, and I've got a little bit more, and they probably shoved them a little bit fuller, but very good. I think they're delicious. I think the flavor is way better.
So she used a tortilla and forever chicken, but she thinks the big difference between her wrap and Chick-fil-A is the green color of the lettuce. Nah, this is what happens when you know 0 about food and you're just saying things to fill up time. Plus, like she would say hers turned out bad after she already said Chick-fil-A's didn't have enough flavor.
So today is going to be a little bit different. I was thinking about what we're going to do. I think I'm going to be done filming for the day because I have the girls, the 3 older girls are gone. So they're gone for the day. They had to work and go volunteer and do stuff. So it's just myself and the 3 younger ones. So I'm like, So we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do today, but I'm just going to close today's video and be done.
Now even Autumn at 15 years old works every weekend. Plus, does Amy ever not get things done early so she can relax and chill? Imagine going to work every day and all you could talk about to your boss was leaving early and being done. I bet your boss wouldn't like you very much. Amy wonders why she's losing subs rather than gaining them. Perhaps it's because she makes her viewers feel like she would rather be doing anything in the world than being the stay-at-home mega mama that she is. Weird to record yourself being miserable every day in life, but doing nothing to change it.
All right, it is Friday for you, so I hope that your morning is going well. It's after Christmas for you, but for us, we are full into Christmas mode now. It is actually the weekend. It is really Saturday, the day before Christmas Eve.
Of course, it's not the same day for us as it is for her, because Amy lies and says she records a week in advance for safety. But in reality, it takes her a week to get the footage because she just records little clips here and there, like she accused Moss Family TV of doing. It's why she gets confused and says the wrong days, or doesn't mention the day at all. Imagine how easy it would be for her to just be honest and not make believe that she was a daily vlogger. No one would get confused, but she couldn't claim to be a daily vlogger anymore. And what else does she really have?
We are starting our Christmas weekend morning out. What? Very good. It's very nice. It's warm.
They are starting their Christmas morning out, Christmas weekend morning. What? Very good. It's very nice. It's warm. Amy just says words sometimes and they don't make sense. This isn't normal. Most people, when they are recording themselves and they say unintelligible stuff, go ahead and repeat themselves and then cut out the mistake. Not Amy. She just blasts through whether people can understand her or not. God just told her to make a video. He didn't tell her to do a good job or make sure people can understand her.
79 degrees today. I'm wearing sleeveless at Christmas. That to me is a good thing. 23's favorite Thanksgiving food. Greg.
I got ponytail.
She said wearing this during Christmas is a win. Was wearing it during her fake Thanksgiving a win also?
Okay, so we had a fun time. We went and did skating. Kids had a fun time, couple hours of skating. It was nice because there wasn't a ton of people there. So I ran to one of my viewers. Her name is Jamie. So Jamie, it was very nice to sit and talk with you. Or not sit, stand and talk with you. We stood and talked. So it was very nice meeting her. So that was good. So we did that and then we left, came home.
They went skating and she met a viewer named Jamie and they stood and talked. She will make sure that that never happens again. Next time she'll drop the kids off to skate or she'll sit in her Pilot the entire time and pretend to be working. No way is Amy hanging out with viewers. She doesn't even like to respond to their comments. And when she does, it's the quickest, most insincere response she can muster.
I pulled out poor boy subs. They are nice and growing over here. Poor boy subs. I had Brooklyn throw them in the oven before we came home and we just heated those up. So I've got like 1.5 left. I'm debating. I'm like, I don't know if that will last because tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So we'll see. I'll leave it. If I have to freeze it, I'll freeze it. No big deal.
So far, they've eaten 2.5 of those fat-filled poor boys. And poor boys are something that they eat often. Imagine eating like this all the time. I guess you'd look like Amy and Greg in no time, too.
So now, the plans are for right now is Greg left with the kids. They like the tradition of going shopping for Mom.
Some tradition when Gregor so easily didn't take them last year right before Christmas to get Mom gifts because he was in Florida and they were in North Carolina and he couldn't even be bothered to come back for Christmas or New Year's or Amy's birthday or even her mother's funeral. It's a really important yearly tradition that he had no problem skipping last year. Yeah, okay.
I usually get Maxine one of those tiny bones every single morning. She usually goes to the bathroom, comes out and gets them. Miss Barber sent her a bunch of treats, and these are like little ones. So then I'm like, how much do you give your dog? I have dog, but I don't. I'm not the dog world. So let me know. Let me know how many of those she should have with her dog bone. Anyways, so.
Since she's not the dog world, she can't pick Maxine up, jump on the scale, and see how much she weighs, and then read the back of the package to see the recommended amount for her size. That's crazy. How does she think anyone else is going to determine how much treats her dog can have? I guess you got to be from the dog world to figure it out. Maybe she can go to the dog world and learn that she doesn't need to fill up Maxine's bowl with an arbitrary amount of food that sits all day.
we're home. So what I have is they're shopping, and I am going to do a little bit of food right now. That is my goal for Christmas for tomorrow. So my thought, like I'm already tired. It's 4:30. I'm exhausted. Just got my coffee. Do I want to cook today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Man, what a good attitude to have as a homemaker mega mama that sells your daily life. During Christmas time, when you're the one that chose to have 11 children, which means you still have 6 at home to take care of well into your 50s. I don't understand people that have children and animals and then say they absolutely do not feel like taking care of them or doing the required things they need, like learning how much food to feed them and how often, or Christmas shop for them, or make a holiday dinner. She does know she doesn't have to celebrate holidays if they make her this exhausted. I wouldn't celebrate holidays with someone who publicly complains about being tired and not wanting to cook for me. Her husband and kids must feel really good when they watch her videos. They're out shopping for her, and she is complaining about not wanting to cook for them.
But I'm thinking, why don't I get my baking done first, and I'll see what time that takes me. So I was going to make some cherry pie. These are super simple to make.
Just what she needed to make, more mini pies. She's only made them 3 times now in the last month, and each time she makes dozens. These are not healthy or low calorie. They're nothing but processed sugars and fats. But if your husband wants them, according to Amy, you're a bad wife if you complain or try to control him. You just load him up with sugars and fats until he pops.
Treats, because I didn't really do a whole lot of anything else for Christmas right now, and that's okay, because there's just a lot. They're gonna get snacked. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I should make some of those little hamburger cookies because we're out of those. They ate those, but I'm like,
she made those hamburger cookies 4 days ago. Of course they're already gone. This family thinks they need to eat sweets every single day. It's crazy.
we're going to go out today, so they're going to have treats. We're going to the mall. There's going to be treats and candy, and then Sunday's going to roll around, and we're going to have this stuff, and then it's like Christmas is Monday, and they're going to have their snack bins, and there's just plenty of treats. So no one's going to go without. So I'm like, by the way, I'm just staring at these. My apple crumb muffins, so good. These have gotten, how many did I have out here? 8 or a whole bag? There's a whole bag. There's probably 9. These are really good.
They always have tons of treats. If she isn't making treats, Miss Barb is sending them. She said those muffins got eaten up. They ate 4 of them, and there are 8 people in the house. Most likely, Gregor ate all 4 of them that are missing, just like he ate 4 caramel apples right in a row when she made those. His belly isn't protruding like that from abstaining from treats.
Brownies, I know to make them homemade is good too. We do enjoy a brownie mix. We just do. I know. Maybe after the new year I'll resort to making my own. But for now, this fulfills it. So the only difference I usually use is my coconut oil. I have a lot of vegetable oil that I bought for.
Sure, Gregor needs 2 boxes of brownies too. And of course, use vegetable oil. Who doesn't need more fat in their life when they look like Gregor?
Or why did I buy it? I think it was to fry chicken in. I think that was the reason. I never fried my chicken because I just don't like frying chicken. That's okay. Maybe I will eventually. So this, I'm going to use it up for this because it's vegetable oil.
That looks exactly like what Gregor needs.
We made a plethora of brownies here. Watching their location to see where they're at, to see how much time I get.
Of course she's watching their location. She's making sure Gregor doesn't go anywhere, do anything that he isn't supposed to be doing. This isn't the first time she expressed that he couldn't be trusted while out without her. Last summer, she said she was only going to give him the exact change for hot dogs so he couldn't waste her money on soda pop and chips. And he said, "I won't do you wrong, Miss Amy." Sounds like to me they have trust issues.
So I'm going to start mixing up some of my stuff because some of it you want done so it can kind of absorb the flavors and taste really good. And one of them is going to be your spinach dips.
Spinach dip, because all the chips and candy wasn't enough.
So this is spinach dip right here. So dip number 1 with some pretzels are really good. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is a queso cheese. This one is from the Pioneer Woman. So this is her recipe. It is pepper jack, and then it's this is queso blanco. Is queso fresco? I hope I'm making this with the right stuff. I think that's what this is. Queso fresco. We're gonna be hopeful, right? I think this is that. I know queso blanco is white. I do know that, but queso fresco, what is fresco? Is fresco just white? You just put cubes in here.
Imagine not knowing what fresco means and not knowing that you could just do a simple Google search to figure it out before you film yourself looking like a twit.
So just put this in here, and then you do half and half. So I have 2/3 cup of half and half. So you put some half and half in here. 2/3 cup of half and half. It's half and half, and it's milk and cream, correct? It is, isn't it? Yes.
30 years of homemaking, multiple how-to books, and a cookbook, and she's asking her viewers what half and half is. Guess it's no wonder that her kids don't know simple things like what a biscotti is when their mom doesn't even know what half and half is.
Okay, let's put that up. So she put green chili, so she did a 4 ounce. This is 4 ounce. And then she had 1 jalapeno. I have jalapeno peppers. Okay, so chilies, put those in. And then I think I'm doing this. It's not gonna be like too many. What's the equivalent of a whole container?
Just
It's
Google
gonna be
it.
like on fire for my family. Probably, right? And then you're gonna heat it up, and it's gonna melt all that cheese. So okay, let's heat it up. I can use some out. We'll eat this tonight. I know we will. Like later, because we're gonna go out to dinner. Later tonight, it's gonna be like a nice snack. We can start having it, and if I can just heat up the rest for tomorrow.
No, Amy. This is not a snack. Cheese sauce should be counted into your macros for the day so that you're not adding too much fat and sugar into your diet. If you're going to eat out tonight, you should probably not eat chips and dip as a late night snack. You are not only poisoning your children and husband with bad food, but you're leading your viewers to think that this type of gluttonous behavior is acceptable. You already had fat-filled poor boy subs and made a myriad of treats. This isn't how you celebrate the birth of baby Jesus. This is how you overeat and overspend on unhealthy junk that can eventually lead to diabetes, heart disease, or cancer down the road.
Okay, so let's heat this up. So here I'm like, these do melt, right? I just need to put the handle in here. I just have to get it. The big chunks, I'm waiting for those to kind of melt down. It tastes good. I tasted it. The queso, is that going to melt? I hope I did that right. Maybe that was the wrong cheese. I don't know.
Of course it was the wrong cheese, Amy. You knew that when you saw that it was called something completely different. You went ahead and used it anyways because you're too lazy to go online and Google what queso fresco is actually used for.
Okay, I had some tortilla chips here. So it's definitely, again, did I buy the wrong stuff? It's got a little bit of, like it doesn't melt smooth. You know what I mean? Like you want to go to the Mexican restaurants, obviously probably big stuff. More like American cheese, but is this good? The queso, I don't know. I mean, real quick. So there's absolutely no difference, virtually no difference between the two, because I thought she had queso blanco, and so I thought, well, did my recipe go wrong? But mine was queso fresco.
Don't listen to Amy. She doesn't even understand words in English. How would she be able to tell you about Spanish words? Despite their similar names, flavors, and appearances, queso fresco and queso blanco are slightly different cheeses. To make queso fresco, producers use rennet and cultures to form the curds. Queso blanco requires just milk and an acidifying agent, such as lemon juice or vinegar, making it an easy cheese to do it yourself at home. Queso fresco means fresh cheese. It's soft, mild, spongy, and crumbly. It is common as a topping for dishes like taquitos, Mexican street corn, beans, and salad, or mixed with other ingredients to fill things like enchiladas. Queso blanco means white cheese. It is sometimes described as a cross between cottage cheese and mozzarella, and it's soft and mild. It makes sense that you would use a mozzarella-ish cheese for what she's doing and never choose the queso fresco.
Probably mean the same thing. I just don't know my languages, but if you can Google like her queso dip, she has ones with white American cheese too. So maybe this is the authentic one. I don't know.
So you could Google her other recipes, but you couldn't Google the meaning of the words? Got it.
Just a little bit, like it's got some lumps in it. So is that bad? I'm gonna do line lumps. Let me show you this up close here. Is that like, you know, it's like, let me get you. Zoom in on that.
Yeah, Amy, people watching can just zoom in on your curdled crap with their cell phone, monitor, or TV screen. This lady has been making YouTube videos for 9 years and still doesn't understand what her viewers can and cannot do on this platform. If she wants us to see what she is doing, she has to show it to us, and she still can't understand that.
I mean, it tastes good. It's just chunky. Oh, does that just change the whole dynamic of it? What's going on? Let's see. Basically, it's a big old
pile of garbage like everything else she makes. When you think Amy's food can't get any worse, she decides to defile a queso recipe. She couldn't be bothered to take 30 seconds to Google what queso fresco is used for. She literally picked the worst melting cheese of any cheese I can think of to try to make the dip. No roux, wrong cheese, everything done wrong to make a goopy, chunky, greasy, broken, putrid mess.
cheesy dip. So is this a fail? I don't know. I feel like that's the way it is. It really just tastes good. So I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna leave that as is. Buffalo chicken dip. Now you said you should do like rotisserie. I'm gonna do this one, Derek. Rotisserie kind, but I don't have any. I'm sure I have some frozen chicken somewhere. I just didn't want to dig for it. Canned chicken it is. That's a good thing. So I'm gonna take and just smash this down. Chicken down like that. And then this one I've been looking up a bunch of different recipes. So hot sauce, of course. So I'm gonna add half a cup of hot sauce. Half a cup of hot sauce. And then they are using ranch dressing. I have regular ranch, but I do have spicy ranch that they don't really love the spicy ranch. So we can use spicy for this because that's how much she put on this one, half a cup. Okay, because they don't really love it. They like the regular ranch, which I do have. So that's gonna go in there. You're not seeing any of this. And then a little bit of Miracle Whip here. They can use, I'm looking at this one right here, half a cup. They can use this here, meals. So let's get a little bit here. This whole thing, we've actually used a lot of this up.
So she's going to use the ranch that they don't like so that they won't like the dip either, even though she has the one that they do like. And she acts surprised that she's used so much Miracle Whip. She's the Miracle Whip queen. The way she goes through Miracle Whip, I'm pretty sure somebody in the family is sneaking spoonfuls like it's Nutella or peanut butter. She ordered this gallon on December 1st, and it takes sometimes a week to get it in the mail, which means they have used nearly an entire gallon of Miracle Whip in 3 weeks. Crazy.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do garlic and pepper. And then stir that up. It has a little spice because of the buffalo. I'm like, okay, hot sauce.
That's exactly how you look and act when you make something tasty. She hates it, and so will her kids, because she used spicy ranch that they don't like, and she didn't measure or taste anything along the way.
The treats are right there. Brownies, they look delicious. Those are gonna be good in pies. I'm gonna just let those cool. I'm not gonna touch those. Let them cool off, and then tonight I will pick them up. So I'm thinking they've got my other camera, so they're filming their day. I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see. But I'll just continue vlogging, I guess, on that one. So I'll see you in a little bit. Shopping.
So she made mini pies, brownies, and 3 different dips. Sounds like a bunch of junk her family doesn't need. Didn't she just say they already had a lot of treats and we're gonna go out to eat tonight?
We're doing our annual Maryon Christmas last minute
Shopping.
crazy shopping expedition out in the wild.
Out and about. The day before Christmas.
We do it every year. We go literally right before Christmas just to get out in the fray and the craziness and shopper mama, do last minute stuff.
So why wasn't he there last year to take the kids last minute shopping for mama if this is his tradition? Because Gregor cares less about those kids than Amy does.
Do you think I should honk?
No. No. Dude, what the heck?
Or go smack the horse on the butt?
No, Mom.
Only a true loser would think it's funny to harass a service animal. He probably thinks it would be funny to kick someone's seeing eye dog too. Sad that the kids are smarter than Gregor and told him no, that he would go to jail. What a good influence he is on his children. Good thing the kids get to be around this idiot and their moron mom and will never have good influences to learn from, huh?
What'd you say?
Aprons.
This is the apron we decided because why not? And it looks like bomb.
I think it looks really cool. Scrub daddy.
Because
we be
lots of
scrubbing.
we do be scrubbing.
We be scrubbing.
This guy has never once helped Amy and the kids clean the house in all the time I've been watching. He doesn't scrub anything but his internet history, so Miss Amy can't see his heavy yarn Russian bride activity.
And up we go. To my food. I have chicken, rice, scrumptious. I don't know everything. Yes, this is Steven's meal. This is my meal. I got some Coke. What do you got?
I got some orange chicken and steak and green beans with beef fried rice.
Delicious and
Delicious, this food right here. Got it all? Yummy.
So they went shopping and Jensen didn't go. They went out to eat and Jensen didn't go. I can't blame him for not wanting to hang out with his sisters who won't take him when they leave the house, or his dad who thinks it's funny to abuse service animals. Not to mention, they went to Chinese food and Jensen doesn't eat Chinese. Crazy how this family never does anything all together.
We have had a busy day. It's been a long day, so it's been a good time. We got to go shopping, got some things. It's going to be a good day. It is Christmas Eve at our household.
So on Christmas Eve, they're having more junky, snacky food. And don't forget that nasty dip. Yummy. So much junk.
Hello, it's Christmas afternoon now.
Oh, we're here.
We're here. Maddie's like, you should
I
be.
didn't know if it was a stilly or what.
No, Maddie said you should be recording this. Mom, I said we're not doing anything.
I know. Just tell me after you eat all the food because this shirt is ready to pop a button.
Honey, don't do that. It's so bad. So wait.
They are so loud and talk over each other so much, you can barely understand them. I can understand Maddie calling them liars, though. And Amy says it's Christmas afternoon, but she just said it was Christmas Eve. These two are liars, and they never know what to say because they never can remember their previous lie. It must be a stressful way to live their life.
We just pulled out the food, we ate it, and we sat here and we were watching on Tubi. Is it Tubi?
Yeah.
We play games and we're like,
Bingo.
You know what? We should just wait till everybody gets home because the girls are going to go from work tonight and they're going to be really tired.
I told Miss Amy, I said, if you want to have the most exciting bingo game ever tonight, the most exciting Christmas bingo, let's put like 100 on it.
I'm like, didn't you guys get
How
enough?
happy would you be to win like $100 tonight?
I literally.
Who's got $100?
She would cry. She would be so happy.
I would cry.
That's a Christmas.
I would cry for $100. I'm like, my goodness. Who's got $100 after Christmas? Not this mama. Not this mama. So yeah. So I was like, I've got a package of nerd clusters and everybody loves those and they fight over the package. So here you go, kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
But if you guys ever need to up your Christmas excitement,
do games.
Put 100 on. Put a hundo on the bingo.
Greg and Amy are such trolls. Why are they sitting in a $659,000 house dreaming about $100? Greg is such a loser to tease his kids with the idea of $100. That's how you get Maddie to start her OnlyFans the second she turns 18. Kids can barely get a pair of decent sneakers for $100. How out of touch with reality are these two? No wonder Maddie wears the same Nike shorts every day.
And then we'll leave a little bit and
See
go.
some Christmas lights.
Go see some Christmas lights and go and be great. And then come back and play fun games. Okay, real fast. In the car and out the door. Totally fell asleep watching The Star. We're going to announce the winner of the gingerbread competition here from YouTube. And the winner does not receive $100 because that's crazy. The winner is going to receive a Nerd's bag of candy that costs $3.99. Which one is his? He won the... Is it this one? This one. The drip.
Dad with 27 votes.
27 votes? I had 23. Congratulations, babe.
Even a blind squirrel gets every once in a while.
It's not $100, babe, but it's some Nerds gummies.
I'll take it.
The icing on the cake is Greg winning the candy prize after teasing the kids with a cash prize. How useless can one man be? Nope, it's still Christmas Eve.
So fun. Merry Christmas, babe.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas
That was
Eve.
good.
We made it.
That was fun getting out and seeing the lights, driving
that
around
fun
a little bit.
It's all good. So, all right, we're going to see you tomorrow. Christmas. Bye.
Gregor was trying to say how much fun he had this year, going out, doing all of that fun stuff, and Amy just cut him off and said, "It's good." I bet he can't wait to be around for all the future holidays after this. So this week they had almond sesame chicken from the freezer, buffalo chicken balls, mac and cheese, and ribs with sauerkraut, packaged ramen and egg roll in a bowl with breakfast sausage, frozen chicken pot pie freezer meal, poor boy subs, Chinese food from the mall, a charcuterie board, and chips and dip. And now I know people are going to say, but Squealer, it's Christmas. Can't they eat like sodium pigs for just 1 week out of the year? Sure, if that was the case, but Amy and her family eat like this every week. Last week, for example, was highly processed kielbasa fried rice, processed ham dinner, kielbasa jambalaya in the crock pot, cottage pie with the fat left in for extra flavor, processed pesto tortellini, and chicken broccoli pasta made by Maddie. This is the norm every single day for this family, and it is insane.
I thought for sure they would jump out of bed, be white. No, they probably could have slept for a while. We were up pretty late last night, so it's good. The girls got up and did their Christmas breakfast tradition and got, this looks good. Look at what they made. We just got a small size. Look at how cute these are. Those are so cute. Little waffles. We got a little bit of eggs, and then I think there is some of these.
I don't know what those are in the oven, but most likely they'll come out burnt and she won't show it. Those eggs look truly tortured. It's clear that the children have learned everything Amy has to teach them. The waffles looked like rubber, and the way she was flopping it about, I'm sure it probably tasted like rubber too. Poor kids. I bet they miss Lauren. When Lauren lived at home, she did this for them on the holidays. Weird that she wouldn't want to come see her siblings for Christmas and let them see their nephews.
Tradition, pick up all the paper because nobody else does. We just get used to Daddy doing it. These ones right here, they're all sleeping on the couch. I won't film you, it's good. So we're going to pick all these up.
I won't film you, it's good. As she literally films Brooklyn and Jaden sprawled out across the couch. Super good Christian influence mega mama. Liar.
Like, I think it's time for food. So I'm just going to heat everything up. Only thing I'm not going to do is the pigs in a blanket. I feel like I'm going to do that for New Year's maybe. I just not feeling like anything. So we're going to put everything on a plate, heat it up in the oven. We opted on a slushie. Remember we had the Christmas punch picked out? No, we're going for orange slushie. So the orange is in the slushie machine. Food is in the oven. We're going to eat. I'll show you the food. It's just simple. Easy, chill, relax.
She sure seems to be in a poopy mood for Christmas. Did Greg leave? Upset her? Did she find one of his burner phones?
It's slushy right here. Okay, so same thing. We pulled the buffalo chicken. These delicious. We've got some of these. Pizzas. These sliders. And then Maddie's pulling out the shrimp.
This spread of frozen crap for Christmas is so depressing. How is it even a treat? They eat like this nearly every day. Those chicken nuggets are a Maryon staple.
Good chill Christmas. Like we did. The food, we put that out, we ate. Kind of go back and munch on it. It's like just not a whole lot.
The food was all frozen processed foods you just had to heat up. The kids picked their own gifts and made their own breakfast. What did you expect it to be? No one came to see you, Gregor, or the kids. It's like all your older children and grandchildren don't even exist.
All right, Ruby. Merry Christmas, Ruby. I'm coming back in a couple hours. It's gone.
Just like Ruby, Amy still continues to lie and gaslight about the whereabouts of sweet old Ruby. Amy always gets comments about Ruby, and she always says that in January, when her mom died, she went to live with a friend who has other dogs like Ruby, and she's happy running in the mountains, and that she wouldn't like living in a neighborhood. The truth is, Amy gave her away as soon as Gregor left her. She never liked Ruby. She said she stunk and made her allergies worse. She made her live in the basement, overfed her, never walked or pet her, never took her to the park, never trained her or socialized her. She used her to keep the bears away, and as soon as she wasn't useful anymore, she got rid of her, just like her children. Lauren was Amy's best friend until she got married and had her own children and didn't want to raise her siblings anymore. Now, They don't even visit each other once a year. It's a bleak outlook for those younger 4 children. At least when Lauren was living at home, Amy acted like she liked her.
Today, and yes, I was so tired last night. I was like, I went to bed. I told Greg, I'm like, I'm going to go lay in bed. He's like, you're going to bed right now? I said, yeah. And he had the pool bubbling so we could swim. And I'm like, I don't even want to go swim. And I laid in bed about 7, and I think I was asleep right away. I'm pretty sure I was asleep right away. And then slept all the way till this morning. So I woke up a few times, but just tired, a little more tired.
Imagine telling your spouse that you're going to hang out and swim with them, so they go and get everything ready for you, and then you tell them you're just going to go lay down and go to sleep, even though you don't have a job, and cook nothing but frozen food for Christmas. This is why Gregor is on the hunt for a nice, shiny new Russian bride. He's a loser, deadbeat abandoner, but Amy sucks so much too.
And then Miss Barbara she sent me a dark chocolate assortment. She sent me a whole bag of truffles as well. And then this we end up using for our bingo game. Miss Barbara, she was so sweet. She got me so many sentimental things to remember my mom. I was like, this is exactly what my mom would send. So my mom loved cardinals, so she got me a cardinal spin rest. This is beautiful, and she also got me a nice ornament that says I'm chosen, loved, all the good words, and she got me a nice throw blanket. I thought it was very beautiful, so I have those up in my office because I thought that was just so sweet.
Miss Barbara is not only a fool, she is creepy. What kind of stranger sends someone else's kids so much sugar and so many gifts to remind you of a dead person? Barb is a creep. She's probably a pervy old man.
I'm like, what do I do today? I'm like slow moving, don't really feel like doing a whole lot. That's okay, we're not feeling amazing, definitely take more time. So I think it's gonna be minimal day today. Last week I made a plan for the whole week for meals, just something more plain because we've had all the delicious tasting stuff for Christmas, and I want to make it more low-key and using up things. So I thought tonight we'll do sausage, red beans, and rice. I wasn't going to because I thought there'd be plenty, but after looking at the refrigerator, I'm like, there's not that much stuff in here. I'm just not feeling it today, and that's okay. That's quite all right. Take it easy. Give myself that grace and that break, and I'm good with that. So
she didn't make food on Christmas. She went to bed at 7 p.m. and she still needs more of a break or more grace. She's always saying she isn't feeling it. It's unfortunate for her children that their health and nutrition are directly related to how she is feeling. I know so many moms who are not feeling it after a long day of work and still manage to parent their children until bedtime and provide their husbands with attention and love. Amy's family loses out because Amy is always doing the minimum. And when you do the minimum, there's always something that doesn't get done.
So you should do something instead of nothing. Like I could do absolutely nothing. I could lay on my couch or lay in my bed and just chill out. But I'm like, if I get a few things done, that's an accomplishment. And then I'm like, why don't I put away our puzzle? We didn't finish the last corner. That's okay. That's okay. I don't think anybody's gonna miss it too much. So I think this is a great thing to have out. Great thing to do. Okay, I got one thing done. That took me about 25 minutes. That was a long time. I was like, I'm tired. So advent calendar, this is good. This is definitely a good winner.
Amy taking 25 minutes to put a puzzle that is missing a piece is legitimately alarming. They didn't even finish it this year. What makes her think that her kids will want to try again next year? If my mom did that, I'd take her car keys away.
So I think I'm not going to film much more of me doing anything in the house today because I'm just like, I just don't feel like doing anything, and that's okay. That's quite all right. So I was going to go make dinner. Maddie said she wanted to make it, so we're going to go to the kitchen and she's going to make it. She actually made this for Jensen's birthday, so I'm like, oh, you already know how to do it. So we're going to do sausage, red beans, and rice tonight, which will be good. And the dinner is boil away, absorb those flavors, delicious and easy. So the dinner is done. I just turned it off. It's sitting over there. I was eating my soup over here. This is really good, very filling, very good. So now I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm going to edit today's video so I can just enjoy the rest of my afternoon. It's about 2:30 right now, so I just have to take Brooklyn to work, and then I can come home and sleep.
Eating up frozen food for Christmas really made Amy tired. So tired that Maddie had to do her job and open the canned beans and cut the kielbasa for dinner today. What happened on Christmas? I guess she's just a normal homemaking mega mama, right? Doesn't every big family mama go to bed at 7 p.m. multiple nights in a row after not cooking anything just because they feel like chilling? Sure. Oh, good. She got another little green machine. I told you she would need a new one soon since she misuses it. You aren't supposed to do an entire bedroom with it. Why not just shampoo your carpet? Especially when Gregor and her use their bedroom as an extension of the garage. We always see the kids' stuff in here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see the lawnmower in here one day. That's why the floor is always black right here. It's going to stay black too, because that green machine isn't strong enough to pull up all the water out of the carpet. And she's not going to put fans or anything on it. Nope, they're just going to vacuum over it and walk on it all wet with their shoes and make it even worse. These slobs need cement floors with drains so that they can just bring the hose in and spray down the house.
Good, it'll be like a place to come sit. I'm more of a sit. Some people like lay down and like to like relax. I'm more of a sit up and like have snacks.
You look like you like to sit there and have snacks. Maybe you should stop with the sitting and the snacks and start with the exercise and the honesty.
Get dinner because it's 2 o'clock. We'll be having dinner. I'm going to do the Cajun chicken. This was a freezer meal. I probably should have put it in the slow cooker, but I don't think that'll cook in a couple hours, will it? Probably not. So I'll just cook it on the stove. I'm gonna heat this up. I have some Alfredo sauce over here. I thought it was over there. And then I have some Vidaya Alfredo sauce. So we'll use that. Put on pasta. I think I've got fettuccine. We're gonna use up those fragments. Very simple, easy, like no fuss. Easy dinner for an easy day.
So they're having Cajun chicken that's still frozen with Alfredo sauce. Why does this family eat so much Alfredo sauce with so many weird dishes?
When you go upstairs and then you don't realize the stuff is burning. So I need to fix some of that. So thankfully this pan is like good and I'll be able to peel it off. I was busy. I'm like, I need to go in and check that. Live and learn. Okay, so key is just take off the top stuff. It's just the...
Not only is Amy a terrible cook and a horrible influence to anyone looking for serious help in the kitchen, she is dangerous. She leaves towels on the stove, paper on the top of hot appliances, and she leaves pots on the high flame and goes to a completely different level of her house. This chicken is burnt and raw. The horror.
So this I'll have to peel off. It's good.
She just licked her fingers. The chicken is raw and it's burnt, and she licked her fingers and then she retouched back on their food. My gosh.
And thankfully I have good pans. Look at it. Just scrape that off. It's good. That happens. So let's just continue cooking these. This is the dairy-free with the Alfredo packet from Daya, so that's going to be good for Jensen. This is perfect. This tastes really good. It's got a little bit of that Cajun.
She says it tastes really good, but I bet it doesn't. She burnt it. It has a burnt taste. And then the fettuccine with Alfredo is just plain from the jar. That won't taste good either. All these kids get is processed slop that she couldn't even cook halfway right.
So today is going to be another good day. I've got food to make. I'm going to make my food right now, and then I'm going to go upstairs. Our couch came in this last week before Christmas, so I'm excited to get that put in. We're going to do beef stroganoff. We love it. Everybody loves it. It is a staple. I pulled out some tomato sauce. I'm pretty sure this is tomato sauce. It was frozen, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's tomato paste. We'll find out.
She couldn't care less if that tub is paste or sauce, as if they're interchangeable. It makes me sick how little she cares about her family. She doesn't consider the people that she's leading astray or the viewers who comment and tell her the correct way to do things.
I'm gonna put some on the stove and I'm gonna heat it up and make pizza sauce. And then the kids can do, I've got pita out, and then we're gonna use up our mozzarella cheese and make little pizzas for lunch. Breakfast is freezer breakfast. It's easy, easy day. One of the things that I did that I really thought was great was cooking or pureeing up green peppers and onions and putting them in this jar. Now I don't mind putting them in, I'm gonna put a little bit more onion in there. I don't mind putting them in like plastic bags, but they do make your freezer smell like onions. They really do. I've done it where I had to double bag it. It's not that bad, but it still does. If you don't want that in your freezer, I get it. So, but these are like the perfect amount.
Who would put glass jars in their freezer for food prep? The mouth of the jar is little, so it's going to be a hassle getting the frozen onions and peppers out. And if she hacks around them too much with a spoon or knife, it's going to bust the glass, and you'll have glass pieces in your food. Not to mention the extra room they take up in those jars. Not that she cares about any of that though, right?
And then to this, I'm going to add beef bouillon. We're going to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to add a cream of mushroom soup. This is homemade. So I make it, I say dairy-free. It's not dairy-free, it's lactose-free.
She doesn't understand dairy or lactose or any of it. She's never done an elimination diet for Jensen, so she actually has no idea what he needs or what he needs to avoid. The amount of sodium in this is already absurd. She added several tablespoons of beef bouillon and one of her cream of crap soups that has 3 times the amount of sodium as a can of Campbell's soup. Why does she think that food needs so much bouillon? The amount of palm oil this family ingests is wild.
Okay, that tastes really good. Always taste your food before you mix it all up to not be totally disappointed.
She's always telling her viewers to taste their food, but she doesn't do it. Another one of Miss Amy's hypocrisies. How can she taste for flavor at the end after she already added in a half a cup of bouillon and a cream of crap with an indiscriminate amount of bouillon in it? She couldn't. She tastes at the end, and if it's bad, and they don't eat it. Which is why she keeps so much mac and cheese, ramen, and sandwich materials on hand, so that when they won't eat her horrible concoctions, they still have something to eat.
This is lactate sour cream. Everybody can use it. It tastes just like sour cream, just has no lactose. So I'm going to add this whole thing in here. This recipe is one that everybody likes. Perfect. This is perfect. I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to keep this on warm for the day. Dinner is done.
Her adding that entire container of lactate sour cream adds an extra 900 calories and 75 grams of fat. Most of that saturated bad fat to the dish. Not to mention the ground beef never gets drained in this house. This is starting to feel like a snuff film, not a daily vlog. So Amy is wasting time cleaning her entire couch with a spot cleaner when the cushion covers are clearly removable and washable. But this way, she gets to soak the cushions and ruin them. Plus, it's better footage to shampoo a couch with her new toy than to unzip the cushions, throw them in the washing machine. Plus, she has 4 different sets that cost hundreds each that she could put on. Amy never does anything that makes sense or saves time, though. She has plenty of it to waste since she unschools and unhomemakes.
In the wall, I feel like this is a good little thing. I like that little zone right there. So this is good. I'm done up here, which is good. The rest will be like take the boxes downstairs.
This couch costs $1,500. Amy's always showing off her new sponsored furniture and kitchen gadgets that the normal homemaker couldn't even afford. Amy gets them for free because she has no problem getting online and lying to people. She has gotten 3 different pool vacuums and said all of them were good, but some of them didn't even last 6 months, and they all cost over $500. She had that grill for less than a month, told people they should buy it, and then threw it away. This is her second free couch since she moved to Florida. This is not how normal homemakers live. How many average homemakers get the opportunity to purchase 2 very expensive couches twice in less than a year? They don't. So please let me know in the comments how she is helping the average homemaker when she has nothing in common with them. She's a hypocrite here to make money. Oh good, pita pizzas again. These are so healthy for the kids. I'm glad that they eat them multiple times a week sometimes. I can't even imagine what this couch smells like. She gets it wet like once a month, and we all know her house isn't properly vented or air conditioned, so it's just sitting in there molding and marinating in her humid, stinky lizard den.
For my kitchen, like I got my drawer organized and I got some utensils because mine were looking pretty bad. So we'll do that after the food. So I pulled up freezer meals for today. So what I'm gonna do is I pulled this out. This is fajita meat. It looks kind of tiny. So I think I did 2 huge bags and I did a smaller bag, so that's not a whole lot. So I thought I need to do a little bit more. So I grabbed out Mexican stuffed shells. I did cream of chicken soup first also. So what I think I'm gonna do, sometimes you want it to be gooey on top or these are gonna not do very good reheated. So I'm gonna take a few of these out, put them in this one here and keep these for Jensen. And then I'm gonna open up this sauce pack, the white cheddar, put that on top, cover that. We're gonna bake that for him. We have a little bit of Alfredo in here from ours and there's it's like maybe over half a jar, not very much. So I think I'm gonna cover this, and then put the oven. We'll have this with fajitas tonight. I think that's gonna work. I'm like, it's just...
What the heck? That's not a meal.
it's a way to use it up. It's just not that much stuff here. And I was like, oh, I feel like I need to do a little bit more. So we'll have that, and we're going to have some for tomorrow as well. So
This is horrible. What the heck is she thinking?
So I've got shredded chicken here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open a can of black beans, corn, and I'm going to put some salsa and basically mix it together so it's like a nice gooey mixture. And I'm going to stuff those remaining shells with that. And then I will create a little bit of a sauce with salsa and the chicken gravy. That's going to work.
Salsa and chicken gravy as the sauce. This is her making it. Flashback to her making this horribleness. Salsa and chicken gravy as the sauce. And now she's using Alfredo with it. So this foul little dish has forever chicken, which means it's been frozen, thawed, and cooked an undetermined amount of times. Pasta shells, canned corn, canned beans, chicken gravy, salsa, and Alfredo sauce. This has to be the worst thing any YouTube cook has ever made. How does chicken gravy go with Mexican shells theme? How does Alfredo go with any of it? This lady will just literally add a jar of Alfredo to anything because her kids like it and it covers the taste of the forever chicken and the other slop. This is wild. Plus, it's all processed out of the package with high sodium and high fat. She could have spent less time and money on ramen noodles and box mac and cheese, and the kids would for sure eat it. Yuck. So for week 6 dinners, they had frozen appetizers like pizza bagels, 2 different taquitos, buffalo chicken bites, pizza rolls, crackers, cheese, and meat, kielbasa with canned beans and rice again, burnt Cajun chicken with Alfredo sauce and fettuccine noodles, beef stroganoff, and this nasty fajita Mexican stuffed shells with chicken gravy and Alfredo sauce concoction. Yum! And once again, no better than any other highly processed week of eating in the Maryon household. To be continued. That was 2 weeks in the life of the Maryons. Make sure you come back for part 3 coming soon. Have a great day, neighbors. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.